questions. All right.
Questions are well understood.
Okay.
The intentions are well understood too. Now, in answer to global witness, we'll do what we have to do. We'll do what we have to do, but I do not think recrimination will carry us anywhere. If you want to, you say this, I say that, you say this, I say that, there's no end. Why don't we just, you come over to Sarawak, we'll show you the maps, we'll show you the information, and we'll discuss them there. Your accusations, are they true, or are they confirmed or not? It's not enough to say that this, that, and the other. Just go back to the facts. My forest people will explain to you, my forestry corporation people will tell you, etc. And if we are wrong, you tell us we are wrong. And if you are wrong, we tell you you are wrong. What is the source of your information, etc., etc. So I would rather that we not find recrimination, but look to the future, how we can work together for the future. That is my answer.
Well, let me pose this. You mentioned that you would seek help from international NGOs. What specifically, what kind of help are you talking about? For a group like Global Witness, for instance?
Information.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sometimes our information gathering is not so advanced. And if there are people out there who knows how to obtain this information, confirm this information, it will be very useful to us. And if they say that they're expert in this field, that field, come and tell us. We'll use your expertise. That's how we cooperate together. So I think that is where they can help us.
So what can we, since we have you here and we have you sort of as a captive on, since we have you as a captive on the stage here, what can we expect that you will be doing going forth? So let's say a year from now, what are sort of the things that would you like to have accomplished that we can say, this is what the Chief Minister said at IACC in 2015, it's a year later. What could we expect in 2016?
We want illegal logging to stop altogether. That's one. Two, those who are licensed will observe the proper terms and conditions of the license. We'll also strengthen our enforcement. That is where we are weak sometimes. Our enforcement is very weak because, with all due respect, some of our officials are corrupt. I'll be the first to admit it. Some of our officials are corrupt. Not all, by the way, but there's some. And that is why this thing persists on and on. We have cases where people encroach on national parks, nature reserves, permanent forests and so on, in open daylight. They set up sawmills inside the national park, much to the ignorance or pretended ignorance to those who are supposed to look after the park. So these are the things we have to overcome, and this is where we need assistance. Don't just blame us. Come forward and help us.
Thank you, Chief Minister. Let me pose one other question from the moderator, and this is for the entire panel. Daniel had in his presentation rule of law and some of the things that were happening in various countries.
By the way, talking about the rule of law, one of the rules of law says a man is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Okay.
You have made accusations against my predecessor. For your information, he has been investigated by the MACC, and I believe he has come out with a clean bill of health. If you're going to accuse the MCC, therefore, to be biased, that's between you and MACC. But the fact that we know he has not been charged in court, he has not been found guilty, or even though it seems that he is, that is not enough.
All right, Chief Minister, and because I'm a journalist, I have to, that Patrick, do you want to address that? But I don't want this to get bogged down.
We cannot have
into back
trial
and
by
forth.
media.
But I don't want to have things going back, but I would like for him to address that if he would. And then I don't want this to become simply
All right,
a
fine,
discussion
fine.
about.
Fine.
Sir, okay.
I'm prepared to listen now.